I'm here with the Jacksonville State women's softball coach. I'm interviewing her today about her daughter. So, Coach, if you could tell me a little bit about your daughter.
Okay, her name is Kinsey Lane McGinnis. She was born December 16th, 1996. And at birth, we were told she was healthy. She scored high on her APGAR test. But 2 months later, she was put in the hospital with an upper respiratory infection. And that's when we noticed she was having a staring seizure, like for 15, 20 seconds. And my husband, who works in the medical field, is the one that noticed it. And mentioned it to our pediatrician, and he just said, yeah, I'll run any test that you want us to do. He said, but I don't think we're going to find anything. They were leaning more towards spinal meningitis is what they were. But in the end, they ended up doing an MRI. The CAT scan first showed abnormalities, so then they ordered an MRI, and when the MRI came back, we found out that she was born with it's a genetic disorder. It's not hereditary, but it's genetic, and she was born with smooth brain, and it's called lissencephaly. Lis means smooth, cephaly means brain, and at the time there were only 400 known cases in the world.
Wow.
But little research, the medical field had really not focused their attention on it, so many kids were just not diagnosed. They had it, but were not diagnosed. But now there's many different types, and there's many more diagnoses.
So do different ones have different symptoms and severities?
Yeah. She has, at the time she was diagnosed, there were 3 different types. She probably had the best if you're going to have a type. She didn't have facial abnormalities.
So there's more severe?
Yes, there's more severe. And she has isolated. And, the isolated, there are no facial abnormalities or anything like that, but many of them they all are on feeding tubes. They all have extremely bad seizures, those types.
So how many seizures would you say she has?
She has a seizure every day. Every day.
Multiple or just maybe 1 or 2?
And when I say seizures, now these may only last 10 seconds.
Okay. So is it the kind that she starts shaking, or it just kind of stares off?
She has more like, they used to call them infantile spasms, where she buckles at the waist and her muscles just get all tight. And then but as she has gotten older, they've kind of changed as her body has grown and everything. But she still, sometimes she'll shake.
So do you think they've gotten less as she's gotten older?
Probably about the same.
Okay.
But one thing that has gotten less are her long seizures.
That's good.
And with seizures is just, that's one of the things that comes along with the brain. Because the way we were explained is all of her wiring, because we don't have the convolutions, it's all messed up. So it's like a train wreck a lot of times in her brain. But about once we have been able, with medicine, we go longer before she has her long seizures. Her long seizures last an hour. And people don't believe that. But she's actually had one that lasted 2 hours. 2 hours. And that was a constant, she'll buckle at the waist, and then she'll ease up for about 15 seconds, then she'll buckle at the waist. And it'll go on for 2 hours. But we do have some emergency medicine. And what that does is it basically, not a coma, but it basically knocks her out for a good 2 days. And she will sleep anywhere from 18 to 20 hours out of the day. And so
on that medicine?
You hate to do that to her, but sometimes, it kind of
calms
but
down.
But what we've noticed over the years, if we can let the seizure take its, just run its pattern, run its course, she feels better when we give her medicine, because medicine makes her dry again, and sometimes it adds to more seizures.
So how many medications would you say she takes a day?
She takes 3 different types, and she will take about 10 to 12 a day. Morning, about 6 in the morning, and 5 and a half at night.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think as far as seizure control, medicines have come a long way. And
are they pill form or liquid form?
Well, what we do, we crunch it, and then we put it in her feeding tube.
And she doesn't know it.
No, she don't even taste it. But neurologist, he's very good about adjusting. He don't want her on too much medicine, because, your body
completely out
becomes,
of it.
yeah, and if you're constantly, if she's at her max, well, her body's gonna get acclimated to it, and you're gonna have to find the new medicine. So, he's pretty good about adjusting her levels and everything, and she's not on her max, but it's
So how
good.
many times do you have to go see the doctor? Is it every month? Or
We have been lucky. Now, early as a baby in her first 3 years, and we were also learning too.
Right.
Seizures would scare us, because I'd never seen a seizure, ever. And then she would get pneumonia, she'd get congested, because that comes along with having seizures.
Yeah.
But now that we can do everything the hospitals, when she does get admitted, we're most of the time telling the hospital what she needs.
What she needs.
Yeah, so, yeah,
pretty
we've got
routine.
oxygen at home if we need it. I mean, they'll ask us, what, is this typical, or do we need to do this? So, she's not been in the hospital in probably 4 years.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we've been lucky as far as just
Got a
healthy.
routine,
Yeah.
pretty scheduled.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so, she's been fairly healthy, and she's the oldest living child in the state
Oh, wow.
with what she's
And
got.
how old is she?
She's 16.
16.
Told her she'd live to be 2.
Very cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Told her she'd live to be 2, and she's 16.
Wow. And you said, so she's not in school, but you
Mhm.
were explaining earlier that the school runs her kind of her
Yeah.
care and what she needs. Can you
Yes,
explain that a little bit?
her first 3 years of life, she was in the early intervention system, and the local CP center took care of all of her therapy. She would go there, and then once, unfortunately, once a child turns 4 years old, then the local school system takes over, and Cherokee County is over any schooling that she needs, that's therapy. And, we were advised by all the doctors that school is not for her. I mean, as far as learning,
It's probably like a long day. Too.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
a lot going on and stuff like that.
and long days, that wears her out, and that's problematic too, causes
more
other.
seizures and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they told us that the things that she could die of, one is like a sickness, her immune system.
Oh, so is it
great.
down?
Yeah, it's not great. So pneumonia will kill them, seizures will kill them, and like heart attack from seizures. So we just don't send her to school. And to us, as parents, we feel like occupational physical therapy, and maybe even speech therapy is what she needs.
All right. Well, we're gonna go over a few questions. There's about, let's see, 4 different subjects we're
Okay.
talking about. Right. So the first one is, as you mentioned, speech. So language, literacy, communication type of stuff. All right. So is she able to identify sounds?
One thing that she can do is she recognizes sounds, or she will turn her head towards sound. She gets startled. I do think she recognizes voices,
Mhm.
because if we walk in the room, she'll try to turn and find us, or her sister. She is familiar with voices. Now, we had her tested at a young age for her vision and her hearing. The doctors really couldn't tell us about her vision, but as far as her hearing, at one time her hearing was probably 7 times better than you or mine.
Just the body using
Yeah,
different senses.
overcompensating. Yeah, like
That's
when
interesting.
one sense is bad, your body kind of
Uses
doubles
other
up on
ones,
the
yeah.
other, and so but her hearing is very good. And like in the mornings, if she's asleep, I just open the door barely, and she can hear. She can hear.
She can hear. You think she recognizes like rhythms or patterns of movement or anything?
I don't know, because she can't really express it to us
Right.
if she does, but I do know that she loves music.
Oh, okay.
And,
Kind of soothes her down.
Yeah, and if a TV is on, she loves to lay on the floor, and she'll always try to turn her head
Toward the TV.
Yeah.
So but you're not for sure if she can really see, make clear pictures or anything like that.
She went to like the Talladega School for the Blind, and they did a lot of tests,
Mhm.
and they couldn't really tell us if she can see a clear image. They think she sees shapes, and she sees,
Silhouettes.
but they don't think she can see your face
Right,
actually
she sees
clear,
like the-
an outline, an
Okay.
image. She can see an
yeah.
image.
Okay. Is she nonverbal?
Mm-hmm.
Nonverbal, okay.
She's more verbal with her eyes, and I guess if you're around her long enough as parents, we can look in her eyes and tell if she's in pain, she's sick, if she's happy, or, or she'll look at us and make some eye contact.
Okay.
Which
So,
that's what therapy has helped.
right.
As a baby, she would never track and she would never really follow, but, they do a lot of exercises.
Right. Definitely being by family.
Yes.
You can tell
Yes. Yeah.
your child needs something.
Right.
All right, moving on to the math and science category. Which might be a little difficult to answer, but so she probably can't count really. Up
No.
To, yeah, no.
No, her teachers, like her speech therapist will read books to her, they will, they'll call out numbers to her, but we have no type of way to test her,
Right.
because she can't do anything with her hand as far as, showing you any sign language or anything, so we really don't know.
Right.
What all she knows.
This question talks about name the days of the week. Now, I know she can't do that, but do you think she can tell when it's morning and when it's night, kind of stuff around lunchtime,
Yes.
maybe, and stuff like that?
Yeah, I definitely think, she has her own little routine. When you can pretty much know when she's gonna get sleepy, tired. At night, you pretty much know she'll start getting restless around 9 o'clock
Yeah.
at night. And
Kind of like a baby.
Yeah, just like a baby.
Mhm.
And she'll, in the mornings, she's awake normally around 9 o'clock. And so she does have a routine. And I do think that she knows some things because it's funny, like on her birthdays, when we have a birthday party, she knows it's for her.
Oh.
You can just tell
She's just
that,
happy.
yes. Or when we go on vacation, and she's got all of her cousins with us, because we always do that. You can just tell that she knows what's going on, something's going on, that she's stimulated.
Let's see. You think she reacts to different, like, smells or textures and stuff? Like, different kinds
Textures
of-
for sure. As a baby, see, she didn't get her feeding tube until she was about 8 years old. We were able to feed her just soft foods, and but like she could eat smooth, and she would know, like if let's say she was eating peanut butter and it had nuts, and she would work her way. She would not
She
eat.
wanted the nuts, she
No,
was wanting
she
peanut
yeah,
butter.
yeah, she did. She knew
Me
if it was
too.
she knew if it was textured. I think that scared her. That she couldn't swallow. Yeah, she
Yeah.
worked her way out.
Okay. Does she have a preference of summer or winter? Do you think she's more happy during one or the other kind of deals?
I think she loves being outside.
Likes being outside.
In the winter, we have to keep her in the house. But,
She doesn't like that.
yeah, she loves being outside if it's not too hot. Now, if it's too hot, she can't really breathe very good. But she loves either. But the funny thing is, like in the fall, if she's gonna get sick with an upper respiratory, it's the change in the seasons when she gets sick.
Yeah.
And if we kept a chart of her hospital stays, it was always around Thanksgiving. And then it was always around February, like when the seasons were starting to change.
Okay. Do you think she can tell when it's rainy or sunny? Does she like maybe listen to the rain with the window?
This is she sleeps more, I think. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, she's just like us. And that, but one thing I think her body, and doctors still don't know enough about it, but they do feel like when the barometric pressure is lower or higher, whenever storms are coming in, her seizures are worse.
I guess it's kind of like when you get hurt and
Yeah.
you can tell when it's about to have a surgery or something.
Yeah,
You
and
can
the
kind of
aches.
tell. Yeah.
Yeah, the
It's
aches
kind
and
of similar
pains.
to what she can do.
Yes, and that's you can always kind of tell like when it is stormy that her seizures are worse.
All right, moving on to the attention and behavior category, and we kind of talked about sometimes she can recognize when you're in the room or stuff like that. Do you think there's more times where she has a higher attention span or a lower attention span, or do you think it's pretty
In the
even?
morning,
In the morning.
she has more attention span.
Well, she's kind of a morning person.
Yeah, she is, and as far as like her behavior, people find this. She's the best kid we have in the family. I mean, she never cries. She never asks for anything. Never cries. The only time she will cry is when she's having her seizures.
She's probably scared.
And I don't know if that's just part of the seizure. Yeah, it scares her. Like in between,
Probably
she'll
can
cry.
be able to tell what's about to happen, and so she's
Yeah. But that's the only time she cries.
And I'm sure it's uncomfortable.
Right. And, but as far as pain,